All right, today we're tackling a really tough one, a scenario where your first instinct might actually be the wrong move. We're talking about cardiac arrest caused by an opioid overdose and what the protocol actually says to do when every single second counts.
So let's just jump right into it, no messing around. Picture this. You're on scene. A 30-year-old male is down. It looks like a heroin overdose, and he has no pulse. He is in full-blown cardiac arrest. You've done the right thing and immediately started CPR. The clock is ticking. What is your very next move?
Seriously, take a second. What's your gut reaction here? Based on what you know, opioid overdose, cardiac arrest, what does your training, what does your intuition tell you to do right this instant?
For a lot of us, maybe even most of us, our brain just screams one word: Narcan. You know, Narcan. And it makes sense, right? It's an opioid problem, so the answer must be the opioid reversal drug. Seems pretty logical. And here's the million-dollar question. Once the heart has actually stopped beating, does that instinct still hold up? Is naloxone the thing that's going to save this person's life? Well, the evidence actually points in a totally different direction.
So let's break down some of these common missteps. Giving naloxone first? Look, the data is crystal clear on this. Naloxone does not restart a heart. Period. What about hyperventilating, bagging the patient super fast? That's actually really dangerous. You end up building up all this pressure inside the chest, and it literally stops blood from getting back to the heart. It makes your CPR way less effective. And jumping straight to epi? Epi is a crucial drug, for sure, but you can't just give it without knowing what you're dealing with. You absolutely have to know the heart's rhythm first.
And that brings us to the most important principle of all. You see, when someone's in cardiac arrest, the basic rules don't change, no matter what caused it. There is a universal, evidence-based game plan.
And this is that game plan. High-quality CPR is the foundation. It's everything. You're already doing that. So the very next step, without question, is getting the pads on that chest and analyzing the rhythm. Is it a shockable rhythm or not? That one piece of information dictates every single thing you do next, from getting an IV to pushing the right drugs, like epinephrine.
So why? Why is this the way we do it? I mean, to really master this stuff, you have to understand the physiology. We need to look under the hood and see what's actually going on inside the body during an overdose.
And here they are, the real killers. It's not actually the opioid itself that stops the heart. It's what the opioid causes. It suppresses the drive to breathe. The person stops breathing, and that leads to two catastrophic problems: severe hypoxia, a massive lack of oxygen, and acidosis, which is a toxic buildup of acid in the blood. That's the deadly combo that stops the heart.
You know, this quote from the source material just says it all. It's blunt, it's memorable, and it's spot on. I want you to burn this into your brain. The patient is not in cardiac arrest because they have a naloxone deficiency. They're in cardiac arrest because their body has been starved of oxygen. And that realization completely changes your priorities. Okay, let's tie this all together into one simple, unforgettable rule. This is the big idea. This is what you need to walk away with today.
Just think of it like dominoes. The opioid makes them stop breathing. That leads to hypoxia and acidosis, and that stops the heart. The second that last domino falls, the second the heart stops, you're not treating an overdose anymore. You are treating a cardiac arrest. And that means you run the standard ACLS playbook. Your absolute #1 priority is awesome CPR and figuring out that rhythm. Why? Because you're treating the broken heart, not the drug that broke it.
And let's end on this thought. When things are chaotic and stressful, protocols are our lifeline. They give us clarity. But true expertise, true mastery, comes from knowing the why behind those protocols. Understanding why you analyze the rhythm before you even think about naloxone. That's what separates a technician from a clinician. That's the kind of deep understanding that really saves lives.